Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. Ooh, and I'm gonna totally drive you crazy. I had my setup, I thought I had it just how I wanted it, and then while my phone was in the, my desk is not clean anymore. While my phone was in there, my husband called, and so then I had to move it to answer it, so it's all his fault. Alright, I saved this just for you guys because it hardly ever comes off like this. This is the Tim Holtz sprayer. The last layer of paint I did is what brought it to this point, I guess, where I could just... It's just so satisfying to just like peel it off like that. I don't know if the rest is going to come off like that, but it's just... Usually you have to like pick and pick and pick, but every once in a while you get it where it just comes off nicely. But yeah, I was hoping it was gonna come off in one piece, and it's not. I'm disappointed now. It's less satisfying now. So how's everybody been? I'm just trying to get my brayer cleaned off so I can start playing, which I would have done before I started, but I thought it was gonna be all quick and easy, but it's not. There you go. I'll clean pretty much for the most part. This is my Tim Holtz one. It was the easiest one to clean today. So I've got my palette here and my jelly plate here. I was going to see if this one would clean, but that's alright. Maybe if I do a layer of paint on it today. And I have my mess over there. And I don't think that I have... I think the train journal is covered. No paint should get on that. I'm starting a new journal amidst making the train journal because I gotta have something I can show you. And some people, they don't like surprises, so you know I can't do the final flip through on that one until, well, it's not done yet anyway, but I want her to have some surprises. Hi, A. She found my channel. Everybody say hi to A. If she wants to say what her name is, she will, but you know, for privacy, I don't. Alright, I need to start playing with some color because it's been a while and I don't have a lot of confidence right this minute. But I want to, and I'm not sure if I should have gessoed these first or not, or just leave them like this. So this is just the back of, you know, one of my watercolor things. So it's really thick board. So I'm going to try to cover it with paint. And it's going to be a long book like this. And it's for writing. But I figured out how I want to do the pages, so I'm going to have fun. I'm just trying some new things with this journal. Like I said, it's for writing. She likes nature. Let me see. Let me start with greens and blues and lilacs and hydrangeas and whatnot. So I figure if I do the cover green, I could do like a focal point on there of I don't know why I put it over there when I've got my palette over here, but you know, why would I make sense? That would be silly. I just need to I don't know, I just need to prime my brain, I think is what I need to do. So you'll see more of this book, and then when the train journal is done, you'll get to see some of that. I mean, you'll get to see you'll get to see the finished product. I do have a video where I showed how I made the spine, but this book's going to pretty much be the same spine. I did it again, spine-wise, so I think... My brain, it's like I totally forgot how to jelly plate. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, there's that. Forgetting how to jelly plate. Also, I'm over more and I feel squished. This needs to be over here, I think. It's kind of weirding me out. I'm just getting super thin layers here, which is not necessarily what I want. This is just a little, sort of like a leaf, or not. This makes it a leaf. Also, it has a leaf on this end. It's not what you thought it was. Just saying. Joel's like, huh? Oh, you'll see someday, some fine morning. And I'll do a little bit of turquoise. I won't do the covers until I get closer to what I like here. But yeah, so just playing. I've been playing with watercolors. If you follow my group on Facebook, then I did show them there. Or if you follow me on Instagram, which is just Darcy's_mixed_media, if you follow me there, then you will have seen the watercolors I just did. And this is just a stamp that I made. Since we have a nature theme, I'm gonna just kind of do some layers of leaves, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what actually happens. That's a bright green. Well, yeah, of course it is. It's brilliant yellow green. Are you okay, Joel? You bit your cheek.
There's a lot of them, so it's still a little bit.
I hate when that happens. Of course, in nature doesn't care if the greens coordinate or not. So I don't have to worry about if my greens match. Really. Because nature doesn't care. Nature's just going to grow where nature's going to grow. Good. Just want to make sure I'm still on screen, basically. So yeah, I don't always make my cover from scratch. You wouldn't have to use the back pages like I'm using. You could, use some cereal box or whatever. That's interesting. Got a little bit of leaf showing through. So I can use these on the pages too, because the way I'm going to be doing the pages, I'll need a little extra bits anyway. So let me just clean this off so it doesn't get too thick. My palette tends to get like super thick. And I've got some yellows and blues, and those are a couple other colors that she likes. So yeah, just a friend of mine from high school, good friend, asked me to make her a journal. So yep, I am, because that's what I do. Especially when someone's like, I just want something that you make. You're like, oh, she's like, I love you. You're so sweet. Paint is not going on the way I like. Nothing is doing what I want here, and I'm getting little things on my brayer already. It must have been some bits on my plate, even though I cleaned my plate off sometime recently. But there's all kinds of bits. Just wipe it off of my shirt because I'm wearing a paint shirt. So I already got a lot of. See, all these bits are coming off on here, which is fine as far as it'll just give me some texture and whatnot, but who says I want that kind of texture? Where's this one go? Okay, so we got some of those going on, and I thought I might do, you know me, I like my fluid acrylics. So I'm taking the gel plates on vacation with me, and I'm taking not all my watercolors, but I'm taking the ones I just got. I just got some Winsor & Newton ones, and I got some more core. So I'll take the Winsor & Newton core with me. I do have a palette that I'll take with me. It's like a little fan palette, and I'll take that like if I want to paint, if I'm out on a kayak or something. Because that would just be the easiest thing. I don't know, I've never done that before. I'm like, I could do that, couldn't I? Leaves. I want more some leaves. And anything else that I want? I've got more and more. Got so much stuff going on here. Alright, let's take this green gray, see what happens. It'll just change everything, I'm sure, but it's a good thick pickup one if I choose to do it as a pickup one. But I'll never know what happens when I use it if I don't use it, so. Man. Alright, I do not have the fan blowing directly on me right now, but you would think, or on this plate, but you would think that I did just because of how I do want it on both sides. But, oh my goodness. That was closed. Good. Oh no, I don't, because I'm probably going to double the edges. I don't know. You'll see what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's... See, the gray is... It's not bad. It, let's see. I think what I actually want to do is take this leaf and take this leaf. Oh my goodness, that was on there good. Detsy Doodle does something with her paint thingies that come on the top of her. You know, those paint blobs. She does something with those. Right. So we go ahead and stamp some leaves onto the plate. Try not to be too precise about it or anything, because it really doesn't matter, especially since the ones that I use the paper on are going to get cut up anyway. I should use some smaller leaves, which I will. Also use some smaller ones. Maybe do those in a brighter. Oops, that's thick. Overlap is good. Just like the veins of these leaves. And I'll have to make sure I clean it good afterwards. But it'll make a fun kind of a design in there. Where's my... I don't know where my lights are. That would just be something somebody who is smart knows. It's alright. Just get that wet. So I actually have water on my table today. Let's do that. Oh, just clean it off right now. Oh, just get water everywhere. Oh, let's see what happens when we do that. Why not? We've never done that. Let's try it. So get as much of that out of there as I can, so it doesn't gum up the works. Because what we like about these leaves is all the detail. So since that one had a lot of detail, I wanted to be careful with that. There's like a big paint blob right there. So to ask how everybody was doing, how's everybody doing? Get off some of these water droplets that I just put on there. I think that works differently with watercolors and inks than it does with... Oh, should we do a little bit of ink? Because why not? Maybe a little bit of forest moss. I don't even know if I want to roll it out. I might want to just have it be splatters in the back. Alright, Let's see. Maybe pick this up with some cream. Let's go ahead and clean off my palette real quick so I can get some cream on there. Cream? Yeah, cream. Sometimes I don't like the feeling of this. It's a little more rough than I like. I like when it's like more smooth. And if I take my bone folder or a ruler, like plastic or metal ruler, just rub it, it gets clear, smoother, which is kind of cool. What you burning, Nathan? I mean, what you making? Chicken? Did you guys have your bagels this morning? By any chance? Is this the one I just bought? That means I have one I haven't finished yet. Really should finish one before I start a new one. Yeah, this one's almost gone. And this one, I don't know if I like the Artist Loft as well. But let's see if we can get some of this out and finish this up. That's why I bought a new one, because this one's almost out. But let's finish this one before we open the new one, right? That way we can throw out the old one. Do the one out, one in, one out trick. Alright, a little bit more than that, probably gonna need. Now, somebody in one of the groups that I'm in on that's way more than I needed. Facebook, they didn't like their gel prints because they said they were muddy. Although one of them was not muddy at all, so I'm like, well, that one looks pretty, you know. They still look good, because sometimes you want browns and whatnot. So my suggestion was to her, what I said, that I'm not an expert. I should have prefaced with that. But I told her what I thought the problem could be is that she's not letting her layers dry enough, so they're mixing more than she would want them to. So hopefully that was the right answer. And if you're new to jelly plates and jelly printing and you're getting muddy colors, you could always just start by just sticking with one color family at a time. Like stick with your cools, your greens, yellows, blues. Yellow's kind of in the middle. Even maybe some purples. Or stick with your red, orange, yellows, and purples. Because your colors that are opposite the color wheel, like green and red, and is it blue and yellow and purple and orange, or is it blue and orange and purple and yellow? I can never remember. Anyway, those colors combined, those opposite colors, pretty much make brown. So if you want to use those colors together on a jelly plate print, you need to make sure they dry completely in between. Alright, this has a lot more white than I might like, but that's okay, because like I said, I'm going to be, the ones on the paper I'm going to be cutting up. I'm just trying to get, let's see, I should probably start doing some layers on this, like, because this, it's not primed or anything at all, so, although brown's not a bad background. But let me start getting some layers on here. It's kind of rough on the edges there. It's thick. It was hard to cut. I may end up finding a thinner chipboard. We'll see. But it would make a nice, really good strong cover. That's what's good about it. And it does, you know, pick up the paint pretty good. So that's good. Just get a layer on there. What did he say he was making again? Chicken? Oh, I can do this too. I'll probably sand the edges of this. Yeah, if you leave me to my own devices and let me do what I want, you're going to probably get a not normal shaped, it's going to be like an oblong book or a tall book, or I don't know. I'm going to do something different because that's just how I roll. I don't know why I don't do them. Well, I have a bunch of book covers to use. That's partly why. But, I don't know. Kind of had this idea. I had another book I wanted to use, which was too big. And I may even cut this down a little bit more. It's still you know, I might cut down another inch this way so it's long this way. Cutting it's a pain. So there's that. So yeah, just start some layers on there. This won't matter as much because it's gonna have the bookbinding tape on it most likely, but you know, it won't hurt for it to have something on it. All right, more green, more green. Let's see. Just get a little bit of a layer of green on here. Oh my word! See, this comes off. But oh wait! Oh, this came out. That's not good. That's not supposed to happen, as far as I know. I mean, it's supposed to be able to come out of there. Was there a spring that popped out too just then? Because, no, I guess this is where the... Huh. This if there's anything left there to pull up. Yep. Just going with nature here. We got nature. I like pattern. I don't know if bubble wrap could be naturey, but I'm probably gonna use some at some point. Awesome. Let's get some of that in there. Especially where there's the extra layers. I'm doubling up a little bit in some spots, but that's okay. Oh, let's see. We use this palmetto. Move these out of my way for a minute. I know I get out so many colors, but that doesn't mean I'm going to use all those colors. I guess I don't want to go look. Why did I use the palmetto? I know what it is. It stinks. It's a nice light, sort of a neutral green though. I need a thicker layer. Trying to think. Oh, that's right. I have a hydrangea. Oh my goodness! Don't stick together. This is one of my favorites. I just think it's fun. And I never clean it because I only use it for paint, so there's that. Let me get some of this in here. Did not mean to have that go down all the way. That didn't sound good. But it did. Oh well. C'est la vie. Don't laugh. Alright. And, well, while we like the bright, we don't want it too bright, right? So we just kind of put a little forest moss on there. It's funny how that changes that like that. I don't know how some people are able to just, whoops, that's not what I wanted. There. It kind of splotches, didn't put it everywhere. Now, do we want to lift it? Is that what we're doing now? What are we lifting it with? I'm pretty sure the Payne's Gray is going to be too dark, but I kind of sort of want to. Going to mess this whole thing up by using this. Or I won't. I don't know. We'll see. Probably will. Because it's a really dark color. sometimes dark's just how you feel. Oh, you know what I should have used? I've got the liquid, the fluid, not liquid, it's fluid. There's paper. Paper would be nice. Fluid acrylic in the brown. Oh, now brown cow. This one, that would have been raw umber. That would have been a good one to pick up with. I gotta remember that. Hey, it did all right. I was worried it was, well, at least that piece did. Let's see how we do with this. Hey, cool. I'm so happy that apparently I had a thick enough layer on there that it didn't matter what color I picked it up with. But the Payne's Gray worked that time. It doesn't always, but it did that time. Like there, might have been a bit dark. But, you know, still something. Add some layers to it. So my flowers came through a little bit. And the honeycomb a little bit. And the leaves. So that was cool. Right, upright. Let's see, I'm going to spray a little bit of this on first. That was the forest moss again. Which, what it will do is it will just kind of like stick to the parts that are here. And you can see that, ooh, I almost just want to take this and put it over something. Where's one of the plain ones I have? Whoops. Ooh, let me do this. Just get another layer on this and make it a little bit less bright as well. I don't know if you got to see that before I did this. Interesting. We may do more layers on that. We'll see. I want to do, what is this? This is our buttermilk. I'm going to do a thin layer of this, which is actually going to turn a little more. I don't know what it's going to do. I thought that the ink on here was going to change the color some, but maybe not. Stupid little bitch. Thought I cleaned my plate last, well, not clean, but at some point I did something to my plate so that I could get all these bits off, but I'm still having issues. And this is a very, it's a very squeaky, Sir Squeaks-a-Lot is now the name. Of my brayer. Sir Squeaks-a-Lot. Because he sure squeaks a lot. Oh, some of the paint came off from my bubble wrap. But that's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Let's do a little bit of the fluid acrylic for fun. And then just want to get it all over the brayer. Come on. This is okay. So, some maple leaves. Basically, I just want some of the veining in there to show through. So I think that's what would be cool. Oh, it might be extra cool on this one, we'll see. Oh, I like when it does that. It takes the green from over there and puts it there. That's a fun thing that happens sometimes. Alright, I was better off just not trying to clean it off because now there is stuff between. The fluid acrylics I'm not so worried about. Anybody know what we should do next? So we've got a little light, a little dark. How about a little blue? Because that will affect the fluid acrylic. Alright, that's part of the problem, is even though I took off my little paint thingy, it still wants to drop little pieces on there. Well, that's annoying. Almost as annoying as Sir Squeaks a lot. He sure does squeak a lot. It's a nice neutral blue, so it just, I don't know, I like it. It's a good pickup color, I think. Even if I just wiped half of it off. Oh well. Tis what it is. I should grab a couple envelopes to decorate. Figure if nothing else, if I just get a base on those boards, it'll be something. So one of these times I'm gonna have to actually put some color on the boards, huh? Let's see how this one comes out. See, still losing a lot of that. It's just sticking on there. Definitely can see the leaves though, so that's nice. But I can always do the leaves afterwards, but I still like them in the background. Alright. It's alright? It's alright. This one's a mess. I use this one a lot. Oh my goodness. Alright, so that's not how I wanted to do it, is it? Oh well. I just don't like doing it right on here because then you get like, you can get like circles and weird shapes. I don't, or like what's happening now because I'm trying to mix it really good. I'm going to get lines in there. If I'm not careful. Alright, I just kind of want to do some of these doily things too. Just for some pattern and texture. Not that there's doilies in the woods or in nature, but there's like fractals and stuff. Or, you know, you could think of them as a flower. There you go. Just think of them as a flower. I do have some flowers. I'm okay with overlapping them too. Let's not be so perfect all the time. Let's just get some texture and pattern in there and embrace the imperfect. Embrace the random. Right? Great. Okay. So now that I did that, if I do yellow, these will come through yellow and this will be really green depending on how deep of a yellow I use. So I might just use the butters, you know, are adjacent to yellow buttermilk. Because even if this, the fluid acrylic, this is a fluid acrylic. So even if it's dry, another color will come along and do things to it. Like I'm pretty sure that's what happens. I can't, in playing with it, that seems to be what happens. This does not have a lot of yellow in it, so it might not. But I might come over that with a little bit of a stronger yellow. Yeah, that's a really strong lot of it. And then we'll see for sure what happens to the mostly dry fluid acrylic when you put yellow on it. Let's see. Will we get green or will we still have teal? What do you think? I don't know. I've never paid that close attention. I just know that sometimes it changes the color. I think because it's translucent, maybe. so the yellow, whoops, comes through. Yeah, it's still pretty teal. I mean, maybe not as teal as started out. Of course, that's a lot darker than it started out. This was yellow, so I knew that was going to turn that totally green. Was the thing. I don't know. There's a lot. I need to pick up some of this really well, I think. Maybe. Well, let's just put a bunch of layers on here so that we don't have a lot of white showing through. I think that is what's bugging me. Alright, ooh, I like this one. Let's do this one. Sort of leafy, squirrely, leafy, swirly. Squirrely, scrolly, I think I was thinking. Scrolly, leafy. So that makes it squirrely, and you know how much we love squirrels. Even if it's just swirly scrolls. Love it all. It's all awesome. Alright, there's one layer. Put down some midnight blue maybe. I haven't done a lot of blue yet. And this midnight blue has quite a bit of green in it. Not quite a bit. It has some green in it. And then when we mix it with the yellow, or put it on top of the yellow, if it's dry, it should not mix. Alright, where's my big leaf? Alright, let's see. So we have the yellow, a little bit of green, blue, another green. Like this, what is this one called? What is this one called? It's right on, oh, who knows? Moss green. The moss green. That's the one that I think more of in nature, probably, for some reason. This, it's closer to the peel paint, too. Get a couple layers on there. I'm going to let that dry for a second, and then I'm going to pick it up with, ooh, the raw umber. Yeah. That's what I'm going to pick it up with. But I want it to dry a little bit. Oops. I didn't want to stick my finger in it, though. It's the opposite of what I wanted to do. So I still want the greens and blues and yellows to be that color and not turn brown when I put brown on it. It can, you know, become deeper, richer, whatever. And I'm going to take a chance and do this one on one of the covers. I mean, it can always be the inside cover, it can always be the back cover, I can always gesso over it and do something else. I can always cut new boards. I need to stop fretting about it. And just do it. I can do this too. Just another layer. See, she wants to write in it, and this girl can write. So, I'll make sure I have a good amount of pages in there for her. Alright. We have a little bit of that showing through. I will probably have to do some extra painting on here to get the edges and stuff. But, you know, I've got a base going on there for something. So that's cool. It's funny how they actually look black, even though I used the brown. It's kind of funny. And you get a little bit of the doily showing through and something. I don't have any leaves showing through except for this might have been where a leaf was, because it's more, I don't know. Still kind of cool though. All right. Let's get the rest of that off. So we're starting with, we're still going to have some lines. Doesn't want to come off. Let me see what I can do about getting that off. Or, let's just start with a thin layer of the raw umber. A little thinner than I want. At least a layer. I'd like a layer since I'm gonna put something in there. Something. Too many choices. Oh, string. Could be something. There you go. That's how you can decide where it goes. You just let it fall where it wants to fall. Well, that's where it wanted to fall. On top of the other one. Not sure how I like that. Let's see. Let me find. I think what I might do is. Here's my little one. Little one will be easier with this. Just want to add some color. Oops, got a little smushy. Just looks a little blurry when you do that. Blue in there, some blue and some brown. I don't know about you, but I like those color combinations. And oh, this is Italian sage, or we can go with the beach glass. What I'm going to do is some beach glass and a little bit more of something. A little more of something. What? Sure, why not? We're just not really naturey, but it's a nice big bold. And sometimes you need a big bold. Hey, where's my other leaf? There it is. And there's this leaf stamp. And then there is then there's the green gold, which is what color this beautiful crazy thing is. It's a fluid acrylic and it's green gold and I love it. And I'm going to let that dry for a second because I need something to pick up these edge pieces, so I'm probably going to go ahead and do some more of this titanium, which actually I don't care if it mixes with the green gold. It just, ew, such noises. My goodness, people. think that was you, not me. I don't know why I'm doing that weird. I'm just weird. I had too much, which is why I was getting all these lines, because it was just way too much paint. But that works nice for the inside, if that's the inside cover. Here's the thing, I need to get nice, good amount of coverage on these edges that are just not wanting to come off. Fingers crossed I get some of the edges up. Okay, I better go ahead and pick up the stuff around it before it dries completely too. I'm so excited about going up north and being in nature and spending most of my time outside if the weather's good, for the first week anyway. And then the second week, getting to see Alex, Crafty Goose, and go to antique stores and see my grandmother, who's 99. Anything? Anything coming up on here? Kind of cool. Definitely has some cool stuff going on. We still have some of that leaf pattern. Did I do that on this? Yes, I did, maybe. But definitely need to fill in some spots, which I will probably just do by hand with some gesso, or just some acrylic paint and adding some more stuff. But yeah, I love how that did that. Let's see if I can get more of that happening somewhere. That'd be great. Oh! Stuff! Avalanche has started. So yeah. And they still they got enough of the so similar colors that you could have one be the front and one be the back, and then that could be the middle with some more stamping and whatnot. All right, we need more papers though, right? I mean, I would ask how we're doing on time, but I guess if we get cut off, we get cut off, and just leave it early. Let's see. Oh, not bad. Excuse my stomach. Goodness. Alright, Alright. How many times can I say alright? Anyone? Probably a lot. Alright, not a lot came off of that. Would have liked more to come off of that. Maybe if I wasn't doing double layers. Let's see. I want more papers to use. I'm going to also do, I guess the next video probably will be using the inks to make, instead of dyeing pages, because it's just way, way, way too hot outside, I'm going to go ahead and instead of dyeing the pages, she said, I'm going to use my Distress inks and just have fun with that and some stamp, and give her plenty of places to write. Hopefully she doesn't mind that there's no lines, because then she can write either direction, and she can, write as big or as small as she wants. My brain stopped for a second, don't mind me. Alright, where's this? I think I'm going to do some of this with the dark blue. Since it's just a writing journal, I figured I would just put a lot of my artsy fartsy stuff in it. Just for fun. People who know you like your stuff, so I don't always like my stuff, but most of the time I did. Like, oh, did I show you the things I made? Oh, I said you could go. Well, no, my hands aren't too. I'm ruining paper over here. Not easy. It's under all my food. I actually. I'm kind of pleased how they came out and afraid I'll never be able to do it quite like this again, but so these are what I made. I used the I was making a tulip for somebody. Might not be this tulip. And I was drawing out the tulip, you know, sketching it out, and I noticed my houndstooth stamp, and I was like, ooh, what if? So I basically just stamped around where I figured my flower would be. I got pretty close. Had to move my flower over a little bit from where I started, but and then these I just kind of did around and then made the flower fit wherever the blank spot was. Wherever I didn't ink, that's where I made the flower fit. So yeah, I'm loving watercoloring right now and having a lot of fun with that. Those are actually up. I have a little thing up here where I can put things that I made. Ooh, and I have to remember that I do still have pieces like this that I can use in this journal that have the greens and stuff and whatnot. The greens and whatnot. Let's give a little bit of this closest to lilac that I probably have here. It's close. It's a close to the lilac. Where it is. Like I said, I'm hoping if I get some paint on this little brayer too, that it'll peel off like the other one did. Fingers crossed. I'm okay with a little bit of overlap. I think it's more interesting probably. Not that I can even tell where one is from the other one. The lilac's a lot brighter than the blue and easier to see. I think this one could be a fun one. I don't know. What do you think? Pretty excited about it. Might have just gone right over. What, am I overdoing it? Is that what you're saying? Whatever. Over schmover. I think an alarm's about to go up, and there it goes. This one's going to take a minute to dry. It's getting there. All the other ones seem mostly dry. What did we have? Brown. And then we did some blue and purple. And now we need maybe like a neutral. Like beach glass or robin's egg blue. Do I have my pale blue here? Nope, but the surfboard will work. Might be a little bright though. Yeah, we'll do it anyway. Ooh, that's a lot. Boom shakalaka laka boom shaka. Oh, I made my friend's little boy laugh so hard because I was helping unpack at their house, and I don't know, for some reason he was having to do something too, and I was like, okay, when you finish your job, you're supposed to say boom shakalaka laka, and he just laughed and laughed. That was hilarious. Well, he's 7, so you know. They're easier to make laugh. Alright, we've done mostly a small and a medium-ish type pattern on there. So if we do more pattern for texture, we want it to be larger. You want to mix up your patterns. You don't want to just do a bunch of little ones or a bunch of, well, a bunch of large ones could be fun. I saw that one lady. Who was I watching? Might have been, Melody Maid? No. I don't know. It's whoever does stuff together. Like, they do stuff together. Big. Well, this one's big. Anyway, so it was one of those ones where there's like 3 people doing jelly plates. I can't remember who it was. Comes up in my feed sometimes. These people are doing the live. So I watched for a little bit. But the cool thing that she was doing is she would use the same stencil in 3 different colors and just kind of layer it up and then pick it up for like a neutral color. And it was really cool. Because it just was. I keep looking for these foam stamps at thrift stores. Also, sometimes I make my own foam stamps. That's how I roll. I'm gonna have to pick that up with something. Don't know what yet. So we have a little bit of brown. I think I want to pick it up with my green gold. That's what I think. Should we try this one on the inside cover? Or one of the inside covers? If we can find it. Which one has less on it? This one. This one needs something. Oops. And I'll put book corners on these too. See, I like that green gold. Figure the only way I'm going to ever get to jelly print covers is to start from scratch with a cover. That or to take my papers and use the actual papers. Let's see, what do we end up with? Good question. Mostly brown. And a little bit of purple showed through. Not much. I don't know. Our pickup's going to be fun. Oh, but the swirls are great. Alright. You're probably wondering how I'm going to deal with these covers now. Because they're just not coming out quite as great as I'd hoped. I mean, they're cool. And I'm getting some pickup here. But they're just not quite there yet, right? How long do you want this video to be? Alright, now I got a little bit more purple coming up there. I want just a little bit of, oh, I forgot about this one. Could do that, couldn't I? Pick up a little bit of something over here. Nathan? Nay? Did you get a correction? Could you stop the thing from going off for me, please? Alright, so I'm going to put these away. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I want to try to do a pickup of this, I think. With something thicker, I guess. Oh, we'll go with one. Wrong color. She likes light yellows. You know me. I like flop. I like this yellow. Yellow ochre. Love it. With all these colors we've been doing, I just love little yellow ochre. Ooh, or Azo gold too. Maybe I'll pick that one up with Azo gold. Now, that should be opposed to these in her journal. Alright. Yep, I'm gonna have to pop. Actually, I think the next video, I'll go ahead and stop this so I can merge those 2 videos, and then I'll start a new video finishing the covers. And that should be fun. Oh my goodness, look at that. Don't you just love it? This is a little rough for me because it's just so thick amount of paint. So I just take my bone folder and go over that and press it down. I need to get this up right here. I can't believe I haven't used my Azo Gold in so long. Ah, it wants to come out the side. Oops. That's never good. Get that nice and wet there. Get all the way to the edges here. Let's see, were there any prints that we didn't like that needed something? Ooh, this one probably needs a little something. Definitely at the top there, where that kept not coming off. Oh man, I broke it again. Tim Holtz can't handle me. The sprayer. It's put that stupid little piece that doesn't want to stay in. I'm pressing hard though, so it's me, but I don't know. I should be able to press hard without it breaking, don't you think? Especially when you pay almost twice as much for a brayer. Oh look, now my flowers are orange. A little bit got picked up, but not much. So now we go to our last, I'm not sure of my transparent, oh, is that it? That's it. I mean, I'm not going to use it anyway. I'm not going to use the tape decoratively anyway. I'm going to toss it, but some people do use their tape after they clean it. I just want to get this big chunk off over here, which doesn't want to move hardly at all. A little bit more came off, and then when that doesn't work, you just push it off. So then you're going to have all these little bits that are going to make dents in your, that's the problem. They're going to make dents in your plate, and you don't want dents in your plate. So I think after I do that again, you know, see, that came off a little better. That's what's supposed to happen when you use the tape, that it should come off like that. But once I do this some more, I'll do the tape once more to get the little bits off. So let me put the paints I don't need away. Oh, and then I'll make a new video. That's what. So what do we do today? Okay, we'll do that real quick. We got that one, that side of the cover, that side of the cover, that side of a cover, that side of a cover. Bits here and there that are just, don't know what will happen with them, but there's always collage. Lots of greens. That and that. That one I like. And that one is good. Yeah, I might have to make more. Well, I don't have to make more. I just at least want a few just to put on the edges of pages and stuff. So they're not even going to be a whole page. They're just going to be decorative. Almost like people put lace on the end of their pages. I'm going to be putting painted bits. So yeah, that's it for now. Have a delightful day, everybody. Love you.